Hello! As you can see, passcode's going to be 0129 because today is January 29th, at least for me it is. Yeah. Gonna pop this room open right now. And we'll get that code up on the screen. The room ID code, that one. There it is. We're doing deviants today. I'm going to post a bunch of them. We're going to level up my deviants. It's going to be a fun time. Yeah. Just going to have a fun time for my birthday. And while we wait for things to happen, I am going to tweet out the whole stream thing, because that helps people find it. All right, looks like we got at least one person. Dyer. I don't believe we've had Dyer before. And if we have, I'm sorry I've forgotten you. And now that tweet has been twote. Dyer, Lace, and Steel. I only recognize one of those names. Ah, Burton is Dyer. Got it. Okay, who do I want to start with? Not that. Let's... You know what? We've been seeing plenty of Mizutsune thanks to Monster Hunter Rise. I think Mizutsune is a nice start here. Yep, Steel is the one I recognize, Drake. Great. Alright, so we've got Burton, we've got Nightmare, and we've got Drake Great. A nice crowd. Actually, I'm gonna be a nice guy. Right, need to get a resistance meal. There it is. We are insured. Yo, thanks, Wolfkinson. Ah, Dreamlord, Nightmare Dreamlord also got insurance, huh? Well, there are worse things than having insurance twice. If only there was Safeguard. Yeah, Dreamlord, having a delay when listening to this while hunting is... It's a thing. I know it because I've played with other streamers in the past. But, you'll get used to it, kind of? Kind of? Alright, let's go play with some Mizutsunes. Some Mizutsune who cannot do the whole sliding on bubbles while mad and lasering thing. Oh, also we're up here. Always neat when you get to go on quests in places that don't ordinarily have standard monsters. It's a doggo! And now I need to remember how to play longswords in general. Should be a pretty quick process, though. Done too much Rise recently. Not that that's bad. Monster Hunter Rise is great. I'm super looking forward to the full game. You know what? Just because I can, and it's my birthday, dang it, I think either after dinner today or maybe tomorrow, I'm gonna do another Monster Hunter Rise demo stream because I want to. It's really good. Really looking forward to seeing all the new monsters in action in Rise. Not to mention seeing all the unannounced returnees. All the exploring the areas other than the Shrine Ruins. There's a lot to still look forward to in Rise, and dang it, I am excited. Oh, we have a bubble fox. I still love that you can parry sounds. Oh. Paralyze the music signal. Well, doggo down. I'm still holding out hope that Rise is going to have Giginox. It's time for Giginox to come back. Seriously. Also Kurapeko. Kurapeko and Giginox need to leave the 3rd gen. Thanks, Seth. Also, for the record, the double entendre of calling this a Deviant birthday bash is not lost on me. Yo, thanks, Crab. Seth, I too would love to see Gobble come back, but not until they bring back swimming. Gobble on land just loses so much, including its signature move. And not having the signature move is kind of unforgivable in my eyes. Hey, Joey. Wow, I was looking at chat and not the screen, and thus whiffed an entire combo, basically. That is one of the dangers of streaming a Monster Hunter game. You look at chat sometimes. Also, Crab, I would just like to warn you against the dangers of assuming that there will be a G expansion. Specifically because Generations is the only mid-generation game to have gotten a G expansion. Of course, it's also one of, what, like 2, 3 mid-generation games? Yeah, there was Freedom. Oh, thank you. There was Freedom, Portable Third, and Generations is the only one of those that actually received a G expansion. So it's entirely possible that Rise won't get one. It's also entirely possible that Rise will get one. We don't know, and wow, I carved that tail just in time. And now, to deal with this very large blind boy. This is a big Soul Seer. Like, look at this thing. For reals, this thing's massive. Severia, it is impossible to correctly argue that Tri-G or 3U was Portable Third's G expansion, because it was built off of Tri. Like, sure, it included most of Portable Third's content, which, yeah, you can argue that they're not unconnected, but no Yukumo means it's not from Portable Third. It was an expansion specifically of Tri. Oh, it spotted someone. Oh, it wants its tail severed. I'll be happy to oblige. Cool, I was slightly too far from the tail for basically all of that. Ow. Very ow. There we go. It's kind of weird you can't use a cleanser until you've got double bubble. Rip. Ow. Parried. Press that button a little late. Thankfully, basically the entire ground here is water, and therefore fire blight means nothing. Is that a Sakura slash I just saw? Yeah, I'm taking a risk not healing. But this face is right here. See, I'm fine. Oh, now it wants its claws broken. Active as if I had way more spirit gauge than I do. Hooray! Thanks, Akabane. Getting hard to choose what to replace. Alright, so that's one deviant down. And real quick, gonna see if I can't upgrade my Soul Seer longsword because, I mean, it's a thing. This is it. Oh, I apparently needed to do the level 4 upgrade as well. Ah, I see why. I am somewhat low on Soul Seer parts. And I don't need that. And of course, the thing that I literally just used some of, I am now 1 shy. Good job, me. It's a shame. It's a really nice looking longsword. Yeah, we're not going straight to EX Soul Seer. Nor EX Rust Razor. Wow, I'm still at G2 for Hellblade? That's kind of disappointing. I guess I'm at just G2 for all of the, well, not all, but most of the base generations deviants. Yeah, most. Well, let's start off with the 4 deviants who are actually in the thumbnail. That seems like a good idea. I need Defender, because I am very, very susceptible to thunder. Actually, this might be more appropriate here. Minus 18 thunder res will be fine, right? Drake Great, the weapon that you should bring is a weapon that you are comfortable with. So, here's a thing about returning subspecies in the Monster Hunter franchise. They don't really advertise them for the first game of a set. Like, Monster Hunter 4, they did not advertise any subspecies returning. Monster Hunter World, they did not advertise any subspecies returning. It's one of those things that they like to leave as a surprise until high rank. And then for the G expansion, if there is one, that's when they start advertising, hey, look at these new subspecies. But, yeah, I don't expect in any pre-release info to see anything about subspecies. in Rise. They may or may not be in the game, but I don't expect we'll see anything about them. Might as well get rid of the small fry first. Ah, yes, everyone's favorite desert monster, Cephalos. Don't forget, they'll also, for some reason, bring back both Great Jaggy and Gendrome. We also haven't seen the all-important Apsaros confirmation yet. Truly, there's just a goldmine of desert monster potential waiting to be tapped. Yeah, Peko, I need to see Peko come back. Need it. Pekko's the best bird wyvern. End of story. No debate allowed. If you disagree that Peko is the best bird wyvern, you are flat wrong. Fun fact, that move is Astalos literally begging to be flashed. So, we've seen Jagras in Monster Hunter Rise, but no Great Jagras yet. What if it's all just a ploy, and headlining the desert is going to be Dune Great Jagras? Congrats on your mantle, Dreamlord. Crab, I would agree with you, except Great Gyros looks cool and has cool-looking weapons that are at least semi-useful. Excuse me, Aptonoth, my gauge isn't full. I need help. Thank you. Oh boy, he's already got a charged face. I do not like seeing that. And that was almost a demonstration of why I do not like seeing it. If that was aimed at me, I would have probably been dead. Of course, it wants to come nowhere near this. Oh yes, please, please. Excellent. That's right, we can't flash it until its face is like decharged or something. Rip steel. Seriously, that move hurts and its range is ludicrous. That's close. I always dive when I see that face sword incoming, specifically because it terrifies me. I hope you'll agree that that's a good reason to always dive from it. And I also hope that you'll agree it's a move worth being terrified of. Of course, if I see that it is specifically not coming towards me, I won't dive, but if I'm not certain, I will always dive. Haven't looked at chat in a bit because Bolt Reaver Astalos scares me, and I keep my eyes on it. I promise I will look at chat once it's dead or in another area. Thankfully, I have invulnerability doing a Superman dive, because I just dived right into that face sword. I'll be over here then. Hooray for knockdowns. Rip. Well, at least its face isn't blue now. Excellent. Okay, time to look at all the chat that I missed. Yeah, Nahabras were indeed jerks when it came to Para. Though, I feel like Vespoids were a little worse, because Vespoids are more aggressive than Bnahabras. Like, Bnahabras, yeah, they suck, but they've got more than just their sting to do, which means they aren't going to spend as much time trying to sting you as Vespoids do. So there's that. And Seth, I don't know what you're talking about with Bnahabra Queen being missing. We've had Bnahabra Queens since Monster Hunter Tri. They're just bigger Bnahabras that happen to give rare commodities. Okay, Dyer is out. We've got a new slot. There's the hub ID. If you want in on this Elderfrost Gammoth, then get in the hub. Passcode's in the pinned comment. Later, Burton. Glad to have had you around. Thanks, Kratos. Oh, we have a familiar face. Welcome to the party, Wolfkinson. Joey, when the next spot opens up, you can find the passcode in the pinned message. Dreamlord, if the day ever comes when you feel the need to clear all your deviants, I'm sorry. Specifically, I'm sorry that Capcom decided that they needed to have the clear only count for the person who posted it. It was a very poor decision, in my opinion. Protector of Time, I think there is almost zero chance that we'll see Frontier monsters, at least in their current forms. And specifically, they said as much in an interview that, you know, Frontier monsters were designed for Frontier, and if they were to be brought to the main series, they would have to undergo significant changes, and they might just instead do a similar monster concept. And the reason for that is that Frontier monsters were designed by a different team for a different game with a different world and different rules. The reason that we got Hypnocatrix and Lavazioth in the main series is that those monsters were actually designed by the main series team. So they didn't have to change nearly as much. So yeah, unfortunately, well, not so unfortunate in my personal opinion, but unfortunately for some people, we are not likely to see Frontier monsters come to the main series. Did I use a hot drink? I did. Okay. Fun fact, Blanganga is one of my least favorite monsters to fight, specifically because it has no chill, despite being an ice monster. And Hyper Blanganga is just the worst. I would honestly rather fight a Rajang than a Blanganga. Because Rajang at least isn't always throwing itself halfway across the map like this. And Rajang also doesn't burrow. Oh, that was a little closer to me than I was expecting or hoping for. Get out of here, Fango. Hey, we got its tail, I think. Yeah, that's definitely its tail. Nice para timing. Hey, the teeth are gone. That's great. Now that its teeth are gone, it can't roar. It can still do the animation, but it doesn't do an actual roar. Oh, good. It's dead. One thing I will definitely praise Frontier for is its music. Frontier's music was some of the best in the franchise. And I kind of wish that the main series had more music on par with it. Also, just to see why it is that I absolutely don't want to see any Frontier monster designs show up in the main series, all you have to do is look at what they did to Uragon in order to make it fit in... Oh. By steel. Yeah, in order to make Uragon fit in Frontier as a challenge, they had to add a bunch of new moves that just don't make any sort of physical sense for the monster. The biggest offender, in my opinion, being the one where it, like, jumps up in the air, curls up, lands on the ground, embeds itself partway into the ground as a wheel, and then just starts spinning. And somehow that creates a vacuum effect that pulls hunters in. It is just completely aphysical and doesn't belong anywhere near the main series. Designed like that. Parried the wind. And thankfully, parrying it once means you've parried it always. Hello, Popple. Why did it have to turn towards me? I was sharpened. I guess I just answered the question. Everyone knows monsters hate when people sharpen. Hey, got a leg. I guess I'm over here now. Gotta get out of here before I get smushed. If you get hit by her face during that move, it hurts a lot. Which makes sense because the move has like a 3-year windup. Thankfully, we still haven't had any carts on this quest. Knockdown. Or, I guess, flinch is more accurate. Cool, I missed with every attack. Get that trunk. Yeah, there's not really being a whole lot of butt slam attacks because people aren't spending a whole lot of time behind her. Which, honestly, is kind of what her design encourages, considering they removed the breakable parts of her back legs. There are no breaks to get back there. And when you got people going for breaks, they're not going to spend time behind her. The butt slam is really just to punish people who try and stay safe by staying behind her. Well, that was a lot of tremoring. Oh, we got the break during the flinch, so no knockdown. That is a limpy lady. And that's a dead lady. Always fun when you manage to kill a monster on the first hit that you give it after it runs away. Oh, Crab, I missed your question earlier about my impressions on the Rise demo. I love it. I want it now. And in fact, I plan to do another stream either later today or tomorrow, depending on how my voice feels after this stream is done, just to have some more fun in the Rise demo. And thank you for the birthday wishes, Distortion. And looking back even further, Safaria, yes, Monster Hunter Online, the Chinese one, it did come out, and it was active for a while, but it's since been shut down. It never really performed that well. Probably because of the terrible, terrible gating issues it had. Alright, so now it's Hellblade time. Just got a couple of G2 ones. Uh-oh, I'm making the thumbnail a liar. It says G3+. Just gonna have myself a meal, then I'll pop up the thing showing the room ID again. There we go. There's the hub ID. Passcode is 0129. Come join if you want to have some fun. Ningen Supreme, I did in fact see the Monster Hunter Rise Pro Controller and the Monster Hunter Rise Switch. I've got them both on pre-order from European Amazons. Aha! Looks like we got Joey. Hello! Dreamlord, what do you mean your glasses exploded? Is that a thing that can happen? I don't have glasses, so I do not know. And once again, thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. And yeah, Dreamlord, all of my deviants are G rank. Every last one of them. Cool, base camp. What are we fighting again? Hellblades. Hellblade starts right over here, doesn't it? That looks like a Hellblade to me. Apparently it's got the Mosswine spooked. Well, goodbye, cruel world. Always interesting when you manage to cart so early on in a quest. I would love to see these tails get severed, but I still don't quite have a handle on what makes a Hellblade's tail become severable. health? Is it that it's blasty? Is it that it's not blasty? I think all the severs I've seen have happened while it was blasty. But it could just as easily be the exact opposite of that, and I just am not good enough at paying attention. I'm almost positive it's health-based. Oh, that's both face breaks. And that's a dead gladness. We do not get to find out what makes this one's tail pop off. Probably not the next one either, considering they both have the same health. Also, hey, Hellblade powder. Seth, as far as I'm aware, the only flagships to not appear in low-rank quests are the ones that debuted in games with G-Rank and Nergigante, who technically showed up in a low-rank quest, just not huntable. Wow, that was surprising range. Protector of Time. I'm pretty sure low-rank Kushalas at least existed in Freedom Unite. Let's not get close to that. I'm glad it jumped over me and not on me. Could have been less pleasant. Thing's just dancing around the trap. And then flinched away from it. This Hellblade seems somewhat large. Certainly larger than the other one. Finally! Nice mount. That is going to hopefully give me the time I need to sharpen. Tail's too high up. Wow, I parried that from the side it was sweeping away from. There we go. Okay, so not Blasty Tail is severable. We know this for a fact now. Yes, hello, cat. My cat has decided to sit directly on top of my controller, which is making it a little more difficult than usual to use. Okay, she's moved on. She's a sweet cat, and I love her, but she does not make it easier to control things. Oh, where's that tail? There's that tail. I already carved that tail. I wasn't paying much attention because cat. It was nice getting Hellblade powder from a Sparkly, but it would have been nicer getting more from the quest rewards and not just Molten Bursa. Come on, game. Okay, now that we've done everyone in the thumbnail, we can start branching out. Bloodbath G5, get your plugs, let's go. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Please sit up. There we go. I wanted to do this. Because, why not? I need to get rid of the traps and tranks. They're no use here. Don't need the paintballs either. There's worse things to bring along than demon drugs and armor skins. The best part about doing Bloodbath G5? I play Longsword on this character as my main weapon. And there is no Bloodbath Longsword. Just shoving all sorts of beverages into my face. Oh, and on the subject of demon drugs and armor skins, have you seen the new icons they got in Rise? It's neat. Makes it a lot easier to distinguish them from, like, potions and stuff. And it would make it easier to distinguish demon drugs from hot drinks if hot drinks existed, which they won't, which I am totally cool with. They aren't a skill element. They are just attacks. If there was interesting gameplay brought about by hot drinks, that would be one thing, but it's just, did you use the thing at the start of the quest? If yes, you get to ignore a mechanic, and if no, it's not really a very important mechanic to begin with. One thing I absolutely need to remember is that you can't just use roars as a time to punish a Bloodbath Diablos, because they will follow it up with a dash that will hurt a lot and make your health be unhappy. And I prefer when my health is happy. Alrighty, let's bring this thing down for the good of the team. That was an easy ride. We broke a horn by the look of it. And now we're in phase 2, which means Bloodbath number 2 should be here any moment. Unless it's time or phase 2, whichever comes second. Oh, I was running towards that. Oh, here it is. So definitely no time component, just an HP component. Excellent, we got the horn. Gotta keep the other one off our backs for a little bit. Excellent. Could not have gone better. That was an amazing first bloodbath. Let's keep it up. And it's not blind anymore. This is going to be fun. Yup. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have tried flashing it there anyway. Well, that's definitely not the place to flash it if I want to get the carves. Here we go. The mini whetstones can go away. And that's all my carves. Kind of interesting, we just had a Diablos that never dug. And this one we just interrupted from digging. That's unfortunate. Oh, right. The other one did dig, like, once. Right? Yeah, it did, like, the steam dig. Wow. I have not been braining very well this stream. But that's fine. It's my birthday. I don't have to think good. I just have to hunt monsters. That's all I have to do. I like how we all tried to life powder the cat who was still in acorn eating mode and thus couldn't really benefit from the life powders. Uh-oh. Well, thank you for stopping short, Diablos. That was very kind of you. Why did I throw it if I just said it was mad and also after it already popped out? Am I that stupid? Wow, a KO? Well done, Megami. Alright. Just gotta get that second horn now. That's the only break that still matters. I just tried to parry it, but I'm not in Valor mode. I just have Unleashed Spirit, or Unhinged Spirit. Those are two separate things. You're not getting me that easily, buddy. I'll let someone else try and get the ride. I need to get into Valor mode. I say, before getting almost immediately into Valor mode. Time to try for the ride. Though actually trying for the ride while so near the lava would not have been ideal. Okay, I guess if it's going to be over there, then I am going to be right here. Rawr. I'm so glad that they at least gave Bloodbath a unique theme. Two of them, in fact. And this one's great. It's one of the most intimidating monster themes in the franchise. And that's worth something. Ooh, hopefully it's not too close to the wall. Alright, looks like we're in the clear. Well, hopefully its horn doesn't end up in the lava. Alright, those fears are assuaged. Excellent. That was excellent horn break timing. Burning Crimson... Wow, 2 in 1 charge. Burning Crimson Fatalis' theme, it's interesting, but I wouldn't call it so much intimidating. Like, yeah, it sounds like there's something big going on, but it doesn't have that feeling of dread. It just has... It's got a bit of a feeling of awe, but not dread. It's not what I look for in an intimidating monster. Whereas this one, it sounds like you're fighting for your life. Whereas Crimson Fatalis sounds more like, oh, you're fighting this spooky thing. Chaos Gore and Gog do have fantastic themes. I will give you that easily. That was a solid hunt. I'm still very pleased with the first bloodbath of that pair. We got that one down very, very well. Like, that was a clean bloodbath Diablos. The kind that you look back on as like, that was a clean bloodbath Diablos. Ooh, we had a big one. Okay, what do we do next? Only because I'm gonna hate this quest. Also, maybe a little bit because it's specifically higher than G3. Protector of Time, for one, it doesn't do its phase 2 at 50%. I think it's actually 30 or 40% when it enters phase 2. And also, since that was a 2-monster quest, they both had half health. So yeah, that's why they got into phase 2 so quickly in that quest, is because they were specifically in a multi-monster quest. Le Baron Vagabond, yeah, Monster Hunter Rise, they definitely do need to work on the feeling of impact for the weapons. And yeah, it's because there's no hit lag, there's less screen shake. Though, I think that's still something that they'll be able to change in time for the full game, if enough people say something about it. So yeah, there's still a chance that we could see it better. I don't need these. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that Joey had asked for Dread King G5. I just posted it because I had it available and it was G5. First person to cart gets the extra first aid meds. Well, that sure was a long glide for literally no effect. Oh no. Oh, thank you for hitting me, Jojo. I would have jumped right into that face sword if not for that. Ow. Ningen Supreme, I think it's a good change that we don't need hot drinks anymore in Rise. Because it wasn't a gameplay mechanic, it was just attacks. Like, if there was any sort of skill involved, I would feel differently, but it's just, can you bring an item and press a button? That's not an interesting test. It doesn't create new gameplay opportunities. It's just, did you bring the thing and press the button? If so, then congrats. There's literally no mechanic to interact with anymore. Plus, Rise feels like it's reduced our, or rather it's sped up our max stamina decay anyway. So like, yeah, there's no real need for cold weather to make it even faster still. Sefaria Tropical Hunter was an armor skill that I think only existed in like 4U and maybe GU, that made it so that you got increased attack in places where cool drinks were required. And there was also a hot drink version of that skill as well. It was interesting because it made you immune to the effects and thus didn't require the drinks, and also gave a pretty nice attack boost. So like, it was a good skill, but honestly, I'm not going to miss it. And here's our Rathalos friend. Why am I still holding this? That's why. Nice. It will never not be funny when monsters get knocked out of the air. Just saying that right now, because it's true. And it's important. So, Dread King Rathalos. I think they did a pretty good job with its color scheme, and it's kind of neat having the bigger wing talons. But the fact that they also made its back spikes bigger makes it look like it's got a hunchback. And that's just kind of awkward. And we need to break one of these wings as soon as humanly possible. Because as everyone knows, a Dread King with a broken wing is far more pleasant to hunt. Well, that was unfortunate. Why did the thing have to land next to me instead of on me? Okay, not going for me. I am fine. I actually really hope that Rise gives us subspecies. Because subspecies, like, they're interesting. They give us extra armor options. The ones that actually make changes to the base monster's fight are really cool. And, like, it just gives us more stuff to fight and do. And I appreciate that. I really like it. I want to see them come back. I want to see new subspecies. I want to see returning subspecies. I want to see some returning subspecies get, like, actual new moves that feel new. Because I know that Red Kezu did have some unique moves in 4U. But It was just like the little splody electro ball thing. It wasn't a whole lot. I like seeing subspecies that have dramatic differences. And also, it's just really fun when you've got a quest with both a base species and a subspecies of the same monster. I think those quests are cool. I want more of them. Plus, subspecies are also a cheap way for Capcom to expand the monster roster. So, like, we can have a bigger roster without them needing to spend as much dev time. So, sure, we don't get as many completely different things, but we do get more things in total. And some of them are different enough that it's totally fine. And Seth, the worst offenders for subspecies are basically everything, every subspecies that was introduced before Freedom Unite. Because before Freedom Unite, there were no moveset differences for any subspecies at all. Sure, some of them have had moveset differences added after the fact, and that's fine. Ooh, the wing is broken. But prior to Freedom Unite, no subspecies had any differences in their movesets. It was really dumb. And Gen 3 subspecies by far did the best job of differentiating themselves. By far. Protector of Time, if Gen U had subspecies, its roster would have been more than 100 monsters deep. Which honestly would have been super cool. I would be all for that. But I feel like Gen U definitely had enough monsters without them. And like, these deviants feel like what the original subspecies were always intending to be. Like the same base monster, but taken to their extreme. Like, as much as I am not a huge fan of the Dread King Rathalos fight, it's better than Azure Rathalos. It feels like what Azure Rathalos always wished it was. Bloodbath Diablos feels like what Black Diablos always wished it was. Deviants, I feel, are the best example of monsters, subspecies. Like, they're better than subspecies that still have the same element and the same general fighting style. That's what I'm trying to get at. Honestly, I do feel subspecies are at their best when they change the element of the monster. Baleful Giginox is worlds better than Red Kezu. Yeah, I can end that sentence there because it's just flat truth. Have fun with your boomerangs, Megami. Oh boy, a Rathalos Slash. Just what I always wanted. Sefaria, I will give you that. Visually, Azurelos is also by far my favorite Rathalos. Except in stories where it's way too light of a blue. But, yeah. In terms of, like, gameplay, then I will always prefer the monsters that actually changed how they behave and their elements and all that. Glacial Agnactor is one of the best subspecies in the franchise. Full stop. Protector of Time, I will see you your different element freedom trio. And what if they all just swapped their core mechanics? What if we had an explosive Chameleos, a windy Teostra, and an invisible Kushala? That would be silly. That would be very silly. There's the tail. There's the tail. I already carved the tail. Protector of Time, the best mountain stories was Ivory Laggy. End of discussion. Ivory Laggy in that game was busted levels of good. Also, Ivory Laggy is aesthetically my favorite monster in the entire franchise. So yeah, I was happy with that. Also, Seth, they're actually... In some games, Black Blows does have moveset differences from regular Blows. Like, in 3U, Black Blows was the only one that could launch itself diagonally out of the sand. In 4U, Black Blows was the only one... Like, Black Blows in 4U, it could do... fake taunt, where it would look like it's taunting and then charge at you. It could charge and then double back. In World, I don't think there's a real difference, but in a handful of games, there have been differences. Why did I sit down to eat before choosing a quest? All right, let's see. What have I got higher than G2? I mean, most of these I've got at G3, but I want to have something big, nasty, fun. Oh, we already did that. You know what? This is gonna suck. Where is this? Bingle Isle again. Yeah, Seth, we need to see what your cat has to say. It's probably important. Joey, come on, be positive here. It's time for all of us to die. Also, we need to see Molten Tigrex come back in a game. And also, Lucent Narga. Abyssal Laggy as soon as swimming comes back. We need to see rare species that aren't the rare rats. We really do. The rare rats are fine and all, but they aren't the only rare species in the franchise. And I need to see the others come back. And I am still endlessly disappointed that Iceborne decided that Brute Tigrex should be on the same level as the rare rats in terms of unlocks. Like, that was a perfect opportunity for Molten Tigrex. A perfect opportunity. But hey, maybe Monster Hunter Rise will fix that for us. Ooh, someone... Sonic. Ow. I would love it if we actually saw Molten Tigrex back in Rise. That would be great. And it's not impossible for us to see Molten Tigrex even if there's no Master Rank, because the first time Molten Tigrex appeared was in a game without G rank. Ow. Keep on messing up the potential for Sonics. I would also love to see Gogmazios come back. Gogmazios, to this date, is my favorite of the large Elder Dragons. Gog looks cool. It's a fun fight. It's got great music, especially in Phase 2. And I will never forget the first time I saw that thing actually take off and fly. Because until it gets to Phase 2, you're thinking, okay, so this thing can't fly. It's got wings, but they're so small and atrophied that it can't fly. It makes sense. But then it does fly. And it's a really cool moment. It's mad. Did we just get its back? We did. Neat. But also unexpected. Ow. Also, fun fact, this is the first EX monster I have ever fought. Including on my Japanese file, because on my Japanese file I was playing solo for all the deviants and I was afraid. Ooh, this is not rage. I did always want Bloodbath to be my first EX, though. Just for funsies. And if I was smart, I would have whipped out my flashes there. I wasn't thinking. Nice KO, though. All right, we phase 2 now, boys. So that flinch just then had me very afraid. Thought I released my my Valor stance too early, and I was about to take a hit. But thankfully, it was just a flinch that made it not go off. Because, like, I was holding it and I let go when I expected the attack to actually land. But then no attack did land, and I thought I was going to take a hit. I am glad to have been wrong. Rip. That's fine. This is EX. That's what EX does. It makes people become less alive. Ow. Rude. Probably going to be time for another cool drink soon. Might as well re-up now. Just doing all my upkeep. Not sharpening. That takes too long to just do on a whim. Ooh, nice. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and not be near that. Nice horny break. So now all we have is a leg or two. Seth, Black Dragons are the Fatalises, Alatreon, Dire Miralis, Gogmazios, technically. Basically anything that had a question mark for an icon is a Black Dragon. Fatalis is just the only one with Black Dragon as its official title. That's a new move. Well, now we have to be very careful. You're not alone, Wolfkinson. I also had never seen that move before. Yeah, Drake Great. A Cantor is an exception because it's not an Elder Dragon. All right, time to try something else. But let's still do EX. Safaria, yeah, Amatsu did have a question mark in P3rd. That is true. And Amatsu was not a black dragon. But I can say for sure that the Fatalises, Alatreon, Dire Miralis, and I believe Gog are all classified as black dragons. Maybe not Gog. But the other ones definitely. Wait, really? I need to buy more cool drinks?
Yeah?
There's the hub ID. Congrats on soloing your Soul Seer, Ningen Supreme. Right. I was gonna actually do things involving items and not just look at chat all day. I need those drinks, actually. Don't forget to bring fish to rub in your wounds. Right. Protector of Time, I don't think there's a real implication that Gogmazios sustains itself on gunpowder. Like, it might consume gunpowder to, for example, keep its, for lack of a better term, its internal furnace lit. Like, it might use the gunpowder to keep its heat going, but I don't believe it uses gunpowder as actual nutrient sustenance. I'm pretty sure it still eats other things. Sefaria, those blank spaces in my item box were not blank before I took things out of them. I have a habit of pressing the sort item box button almost every time I open it up. I just don't press it again until I open it up again. Behold, it is Crab in laser mode. The worst mode. Nobody likes laser crabs. I prefer stab crabs. Wow, that is a surprisingly early para. Ow. Ah, yes, the move that actually made sense in Freedom Unite, but not anymore. Where it walks forward with its claws outstretched, and if you get under them, you take the hit. Even though it looks like the hitbox should be about a mile above your head. Whereas in Freedom Unite, it actually held its arms, like, down at ground level, so it made complete sense that you would get hit. But in this game, it just holds its arms way too high up. Rip. Rip. I hope everyone who dies to the water beam attacks is fully aware that you are literally being killed by a stream of urine. Just let that sink in. Let it wash over you. I shouldn't have said that. I knew I shouldn't have said it as I started saying it. That's why there was a pause. And yet I persisted. Ow. Nope. Yeah, for those not in the know, Shogun Senatar's water beams are... It's literally a stream of urine. They piss on you. All the more reason that laser mode is the worst mode for this crap. Oh, buy steel. tried to parry that, but it missed. Let's help those two. And we're going back to laser mode. The worst. I hope we're ready for more piss. This really begs the question, how much did this crab have to drink? Ow. Oh no. Please no. Thank you for taking your time. And what a lovely rainbow. Drake, great. I am glad you intended your pun. Oh, good. We're getting out of P mode. And into stab mode. Scimitar is at its best when it is a stab crab. We should bring this thing over to this jumping rock because this crab is incredibly susceptible to knockdowns from jumps. That's my crab. And knockdowns when it's in stab mode with sharp claws are good. At least assuming you enjoy breaking its claws. Which I personally do. Especially because if you manage to break a claw, then it just sits there looking sad and feeling bad for itself for like an hour. That was an incredible over-exaggeration, but still. I'm sure you understood the sentiment. Buddy, stop getting farther away from the rock. You still haven't even gotten a mount. There it is. Pretty bad time for my cool drink to wear off, but I'll be fine for now. Oh, the stabs. The claws aren't sharp. Oh well. The face still exists. Ow! And we're going back to laser mode. Ow. Crab? Thankfully, its claws aren't very dangerous in laser mode, which means if you hang out close to it, you're actually decently safe. Oh, hey. Well done, people. And now, I need never get pissed on by one of these crabs again. Ooh, traditional Japanese Oni or demons that I want to see as monsters in Rise. That's kind of tough, actually, because, like, a lot of the interesting ones are too humanoid to really fit, in my opinion. Like, most of the ones I know are either already in, or are just straight up people, but monstery people. And now that I've done an EX quest, I get a tiny crown next to my name. As you do more EX quests, the crown grows. Okay, let's see. What are we doing next? No, thank you. We're not doing any Faint Once quests, because those just aren't fun. Sure. This quest has neat monsters in it. I don't have any max potions left? At least it's an easy fix. And gotta remember null berries for this quest because gore. Beyond there, I think we're good. Oh. Dust of Life is always nice. Yes, Lace. Step, not ridge. Alright, later, Protector of Time, and thanks for the birthday wishes. Right, I should probably open that up. There's the Hunter's ID, or Hunter's Hub ID, for anyone who wants to join, because we do have an open slot. Wolfkinson, you might have all... you mean a crown by your name? Yeah, I think you would have gotten a crown by your name if you had had EX Rust Razor unlocked. I think. Or maybe it is specifically just only for the quest poster. Alright, Wolfkinson, then I guess that means you were just screwed over by Capcom's decision to make Deviant progression only count for the person who posted. Alright, gonna sit here for another 2 minutes before we go with just the three of us. Also, on the subject of yokai monsters, I could totally see them not having a new monster based on the 40-foot-tall skeleton yokai, but instead bringing back Nakarkos to reference it, because it is a big skeletal thing. Lace, the reason I don't have any transmog is because I don't have the full set that I want to use for transmog purposes. That's the only reason. Also, this set doesn't look horrible on its own. Like, with the exception of the Tigrex legs, it's got decent cohesion. But yeah, it's mostly just I haven't gotten the full set that I want to use for transmog because I've been too busy focusing on doing new quests rather than repeating ones I've already done. Yeah, Dreamlord, I too am disappointed by the lack of a Rust Razor switch axe. I honestly think that every Deviant should have had a weapon for every weapon class. It would have made it a lot more enticing to farm every Deviant, no matter what weapon you use in that case. But, oh well. I have found the monkey. It's been a while since I've fought a non-Iceborne monkey, Rajan, specifically. I mean, I fought a Blanganga earlier today. Rajan was really done well in Iceborne. I got no complaints about Iceborne monkey. Tis Wrath. So, I know this is going to sound really dumb, but something that kind of disappoints me about the voice lines in Monster Hunter Rise that they have as options for your hunters, they had such a chance. Oh, that was close. And that was on me. They had such a good chance to actually include Dragon's Dogma style lines, like the ones pawns use. It would have been so silly. I would have loved it. Dragon's Dogma pawns are very silly. They're great. I will never forget one of the best pawn interactions I ever witnessed in the Switch version of Dragon's Dogma when I was playing that one. Got to a crossroads. One of my pawns said, "I wonder where this path leads." And another one responded immediately, "This path leads left." It's just like, oh, thanks. Super helpful. See, Safaria, you and I have different opinions there. I love it when pawns say absolutely stupid things. Honestly, the less useful the thing the pawn says, the happier I am. Wow, limping already. Yeah, I'm also going to end up silencing the Rise Hunters unless it's possible to have different language for Hunter voice in-game and cutscene voices. Because I want the NPCs to speak English just for the sake of actually hearing the voice lines and what they're saying and all of that stuff. But I hate the English voice lines for the hunters during the quest. They're very repetitive. They sound too aggressive and angry at the monsters. Like, it sounds like they're not respecting the monsters. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," and it's like, that's not a thing that a hunter would say. Well, so much for the tranks and the trap. Yeah, that's not a thing that a hunter would say. The Japanese lines are a bit more respectful, and the Monster Hunter language lines sound just fine. But the English lines, I will absolutely turn off hunter voices for if there's no way to separate cutscene language and in-game language. I mean, Safaria, there is an option to have them use Monster Hunter language in-game, so you can be happier with the voices. You just have to enable the option. So I think Gore starts up there. Nope. Oh, he started where the monkey was. Yeah, Dreamlord, I don't really have any complaints with the voice actors. My real complaint is with the actual the lines themselves. Like, the English voice lines sound like they're treating the monsters as antagonists, as villains, and not as, you know, animals. Healers. I do not believe we broke the fears. Yeah, we didn't. Or maybe we did? What was that break just now? Oh, it was the face. Yeah, that's not fears, that's just face. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to break the feelers in a multiplayer, multi-monster quest. Considering that hitting the feelers is what gets it out of feelers out mode. Well, I parried one explosion. You're right, Dreamlord. Its kind does ill like fire. goes up there, but then it flies down here. And if we wish to adapt another pawn line, it spews a purple sickness. Yes, Dreamlord, I did get the tail. If I had not gotten the tail, there would be an exclamation point on the map. That feature was added in GU, or Double Cross in Japan. It was not present in Generations or Cross, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure they added the exclamation mark for the tails in GU/Double Cross. It's a very nice feature. Congrats on your sparkly things, Dreamlord. I always forget that demon shots are a thing. Well, Dreamlord, who needed red health anyway? T-Rex. Doesn't T-Rex start, like, over here in this corner for no reason? No. Then it's got to start in the big tall area, right? With all the different tiers. No? Where's the Dragon Seer when you need it? I'm getting desperate. I'm going all the way up. Oh, it starts where Rajang sleeps. How interesting. I have found it, and it has left. So this voice I chose for my hunter here. I like it in most cases, but the grunt when doing when climbing up the wall and doing the quick climb with B sounds so smug. Like, It just feels wrong. tremor did not help. Nice para. Well, just 2 breaks left. He sure was out of rage for exactly 1 hit. And no breaks for him. Had a little moment of panic in real life as I felt the onset of a foot cramp, but thankfully managed to stretch it out enough to alleviate the tension. And the cramp has been avoided. All right. Claw down. Of course, everything had to be a unique thing. What's that I hear? Another try for Bloodbath Diablos. I'm down. Ooh, and I got Lucky Cat. Dang it, I need to make more Mega Potions again. Dreamlord, do whichever you're most comfortable with. Dreamlord GU endgame is totally cool with Switch Axe mains if they're using aerial or valor or adept style. Any other style, and yeah, it hates them to death. And aerial, you really gotta learn how to best make use of the aerialness. Because you can use the aerial vaults as a very effective dodge if you time them very, very well. Because I can say that I have used aerial switch axe to solo all of the G1 through G5 deviants on my Japanese file. So, like, it is doable. It's very doable. But you gotta be good with it. This was not a mistake. So, just a reminder. We get this thing into phase 2, the battle is almost won. We just need to stay alive and pull it out. Why the smoke bomb? That doesn't do anything when we're already in combat with it. Rip. No, it's mad. Ooh, it's not bad this time. It would be cool if I wasn't just constantly whipping. But I'll get the flash move. Alright. Though I do think that EX Diablos might enter phase 2 earlier than most, health-wise. Because otherwise, this is way too fast. I was running towards that. That would have been terrible. Also, I see we've got another smoke bomb. Are you trying to hide its steam from us? Because it's important to be able to see the steam, and your smoke bomb, again, it doesn't do anything for us if you're already in combat with the monster. If the monster's already entered combat with you, it can see you at all times forever. The smoke bomb means nothing. Smoke bombs only help before a monster has spotted you. They keep it from spotting you unless you hit it. I'm glad nobody died to that this time. Thank goodness for the duration of the iframes on Superman Dive. Sharpen before I hit blue. I also need to not get reamed here. Okay. I'm alive. All is well. That damn it has me concerned. Why damn it? What happened? Stay alive, Steel. Of course it goes for the triple. Here I thought it was going to just do the usual double and that I could do this to give us a little bit of a breather. Because if it can't see us, it can't specifically be a jerk to us. It can be a jerk to us in general, but it can't, like, single out a person for death. Excellent. Got the horn. We still haven't got the legs, so there's free knockdowns waiting for us. I wonder, what happens if you flash it out of this? Well, we're not going to find out because the flash was too far. Besides, if no one's near it, it's better to let it happen so that we get the very long panting animation after it. So the legs are the only breaks we have left. Ow. Okay, there was no getting out of that for me. So, everyone stay alive. We don't have any carts left. And I am coming back. Okay. Oh. I was fine. Jojo was not. Hey, Skulltaker, thanks for the happy birthday wishes. Unfortunately, not getting this quest clear. Not right now. Okay, what do I want to post next? A completely different EX. Bring bombs, you got it. Also, this is EX, so those are in order. As are these. And the box is going to be empty. Yep, because it's EX. I swear, every time I get shot with the strength shot, it's like I'm realizing for the first time again that that's even a thing that can happen. Got another big one here. Am I just not allowed to have regular-sized Soul Seers? Dang it. I'm trying to hit the leg, not the edge of the fur. Rip. I've always found Soul Seer a much more interesting concept than it is a fight. blind Mizutune can't see you unless you're bubbled. When someone gets bubbled and it actually knows where they are, it enrages immediately. It's a cool concept. But until someone gets bubbled, its attacks are all basically just a feeling out type thing, and that's just not fun. And then when you're the one who's bubbled and it's going exclusively for you, that's also not exactly fun. Rip. Well, now there's a bunch of people bubbled. Ow. Oh boy, I'm double bubbled. And now I'm not bubbled at all. Haha! Ow. Well, thanks for the life powders and stuff. I very much needed them. I do not like that attack. Also, this is going to be a short quest. Yep, that was fast. Time to fight something else. Imagine if Soulseer had the slidey 720 laser that Mizutune has in Rise. That would be a nightmare. And you know what? It's my birthday. You can't stop me from posting this. We are going to do this. It's not a deviant, but hey, it's a thing. Yeah, you're not allowed to apologize for poor performance on an EX unless it's intentional. EX monsters are designed to make people dead. So, yeah, that's kind of their whole deal. Oh no, Seth, don't call the streaming police. Sorry, Joey, I only fight Lao for people's urgents these days. I farmed it way too much across 2 files, trying to get its weapons and gear and stuff. I am done with Lao in this game, unless it's specifically for someone's urgent. Also, just a personal request, Steel, if you could focus that bowgun of yours on busting up the Nakarkos' blowholes. That would be lovely. They don't break nearly often enough, and I know I certainly can't do so with a melee weapon. Did I eat? I did eat. Yeah, Dreamlord Lao's switch axe is indeed gorgeous. There's a lot of really cool weapon designs in this game. I am glad that Rise is bringing back unique weapon designs. It's a little unfortunate that the monsters that are returning from World are reusing the World weapon designs. I get why. It just would have been cool to see them use new, unique models rather than the slap-on parts. Joey, yes, this is the event. Because you can't stop me from posting it. Oh, I didn't stick around for buffs. My bad. Alright. Let's get to work. I haven't fought a Nakarkos in a long, long time. Alright, what finger puppets do you have? Glavinus and Uragon. Okay, yeah, Uragon is definitely one to get rid of. The Uragon finger puppet hurts. And also tremors suck. Okay, I see you're trying to spit on me. You know, conceptually, Nakarkos is absolutely adorable. It's a cuttlefish that plays with finger puppets. It's just when you get to the other part of the concept, where the finger puppets and also the clothes it wears are made from the discarded bones of other monsters, where it becomes a little more nightmarish. If you take away the bone part, it's just adorable in concept. He's a little cutie. Well, this goes south real quick. Yep. Oh, good. Got out of there in time. Ooh, Uragon. We don't like Uragon. I said we don't like Uragon. Whatever. Also, Bracky is another one worth getting rid of. Ah, again with the Uragon. Stop with the Uragon puppets. We do not need Uragon finger puppets. Uragon finger puppets are scary. They hurt so bad. Honestly, I kind of forgot that binders were even a thing in this quest. Of course, I just left Valor mode. Yeah, G-Rank Nakarkos cannot be killed until it does its Mega Laser at least once. And when it's below 10% health, it'll start pretty much exclusively doing Mega Lasers. Which is kind of annoying once it gets past the first one. Alright, time to do some quick mining. This music is real good. And now it's not. Now we're in boring mode with boring music. This mode shouldn't exist after you've already seen Nakarkos' face. I don't like this Bracky puppet. I want it gone. Thank you for getting to me in time there. For reals though, I want this Bracky puppet gone. There we go. Well, that was a sharp turn. Also, the silliest part of Nakarkos is the little tire squeal after that charge. The sound effect. Okay, yep. Shouldn't have just stayed there. That was my bad. Ow. I don't want to get gooped again. Alright, someone is out of fingers for now. I know I'm bouncing when I'm attacking his hat. I'm just hitting his hat because it's breakable, and I believe I need the bones for something. And hey, we're back in good music time. Seriously, every new theme that was added in Generations or Gen U at least has a phase where it's amazing. Like, Phase 1 Nakarkos' theme is not exciting. Phase 2 Nakarkos' theme is amazing. And Valstrax's theme is my favorite theme in the franchise. All 4 of the Fated 4 are great. Okay, one exception. The Deviant theme. Not fantastic. Deviant theme is not fantastic. All the others have at least one mode where they're great. Now, the double hat slam. Why do I need to get up there? I don't need to get up there. I mean, sure, it's got its weak points up there, but... And we're back to 2 finger puppets. Ooh, we're entering red mode. Look out for lasers. They are a one-shot, even through a Valor dodge. Nice. Later, Joey. And we are back to 2 finger puppets again. Wow, just keeping me caught against you. Jerk move there, Nakarkos. Alright, the beak is broke. That's a good flinch. And do not get hit by that. It will kill you. End of discussion. Full stop. Even a Valor Dodge will not save me. And now that it's done that, this Nakarkos is killable. You need to chillax. I don't know what the timing is actually for the train. Now is not the time though. And watch him laser the ceiling. What a kill screen. Let's just observe it in all its glory. Yup, that's a kill screen, all right. I love how I got almost no Nakarkos parts in the rewards. Ooh, cosmic ticket. Last try of this one on this stream. Might as well bring some Hunter's drinks. I agree with Dreamlord. Save the para for phase 2. Especially because that way longswords are more likely to actually have all their stuff up and good to go. Alright. Just as soon as Steel here readies up. Wolfkinson, this will be the one as long as we don't die too many times. Literally anything that stops it from moving in Phase 2 could be good if we get the opportunity. Phase 1 we can handle, but Phase 2, keeping it from moving will make the quest dramatically easier. Yeah, I wasn't facing the right way. I would love to see this thing dig. Like before it rages. Specifically before it rages. Too late for that. Or no. Oh, that was just a roar? No strings attached? Just a free regular roar? Wasn't aware you could even do that. Okay, there's the way. And of course it digs after raging. Oh, okay. Thanks. Well, thanks for the full heal, people. Ah. Always feels great when you get a flinch with a parry. Oh, are you out of range? No. No, you're not. I didn't see the hand that's supposed to flash. It's the left hand. You know, the one that's hiding conveniently behind my sheath. Wow, this Unhinged Spirit is not a very good mix with Hunter's Drinks, considering its duration appears to be about as long as the Hunter's Drinks duration. Yep, definitely mad. My fist says so. Still raging. It's amazing how efficient of a skill Challenger is in this quest. Like, in terms of points per damage value, it's fantastic. Pressed button too early. Tried to parry. Got dead. Specifically press the button like during the tail slap the floor animation that happens before the actual dash. Yeah, that doesn't help. Oh, we're in phase 2 now. Ooh, nice KO timing. For everyone else, not for me. I don't have my stuff up, but good for everyone else. And I can't be selfish here. This quest isn't all about me. It's about everyone. Nice para. And there goes horn number 2. Bit of a shortening of the para, but that's fine. Ow. Well, don't need those sonic bombs anymore. Can safely get off of those. Yep. I have a habit of running way too far when it's doing those steam attacks. Because, I mean, like, they're very worth being afraid of, but if you're too far, you can't take advantage of the long recovery animation after. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not die because it wasn't going for me. Good. I was gonna say I'm gonna die because of when I dove there. There would have been no hope for me. I'm so glad the hitbox on that attack is good. If it wasn't, I would have taken that hit so hard. That was close. said flash. There. Give us a little bit of a breather. Not much of one, but a little bit. Rip. Good attempt, though. We'll get it someday. Okay. I got one more quest in me before I gotta go get myself some food. And we're gonna do a not deviant again. And it's gonna be Ukamos because I love Ukamos. One of my favorite monsters. Aesthetically, theme-wise, even the hunt is fun. I really need to actually save more item sets for specific monsters and specific types of quests. I've been digging into my item box too often here. Yeah, I think we're good. Actually, we're not good until I've got these. And yeah, Dreamlord, you're not allowed to blame yourself for that. Again, EXs are designed to make people become dead. And here we go on the final quest of this stream. Now to go see my favorite shovel. I love this theme. I love the way this monster looks. I love the way the monster sounds. I love the way the monster fights. I love Ukambos. It is easily one of my favorite monsters in the franchise. Kind of forgot it had a damage roar. Nice para. Also, hey, great wyvern pistol. Those are nice. I want Stories 2 to give me a rideable Uconless. I need this to happen. Rideable Valstrax 2. And my spirit is hinged again. Sorry, I'm a bad shot. Nice KO. Horror combos. Sounds like the chin just broke. I still wish we got the portable third nighttime version of this arena. It was gorgeous with the dark sky, all the stars, the aurora. I want that version of this map back. Okay. Got to my dust of life too late. Well then. Buddy, I can run circles around you. For reals though, stories did have a not very large amount of rideable ice monsters to work with. Bukanlos could totally fix that. Stories too. Bukanlos, please. Please, Capcom, please. Oh, coming back. That's a lot of damage through Valor. Alright, the chest is busted. Just got the claws left. Yep. So, no more carding. Alright, there goes the right claw, there goes the left claw. Now to just get rid of the rest of the U combos. I remember back in the olden days when Ukondos' tail was an HP break. Oh well. Amazing how I was able to pull my arms out of that snowball to lament. Also, don't worry about having carded here. This is the event Ukondos. Its damage is boosted. Alright, so that is gonna be it for this stream. My voice is feeling just fine, which means when I'm done with dinner, which will be in like, I want to say about 2 hours, thereabouts. So let's just say 8 p.m. Pacific time. it's time for another Monster Hunter Rise stream, because that's gonna be fun. So yeah, thanks everyone for dropping by for this stream, whether you chatted, hunted, lurked, whatever. Thanks for dropping by, and I will see you folks, or at least some of you, in about a little over 2 hours. See you then, friends.